Every single Quest 3 game needs this new feature. What am I talking about? I'm talking about an immersive environment that appears around you when you're looking at a title on the Quest store in headset. Asgard's Wrath 2 was one of the first to do it on Quest, and now with the option for other developers to do the same, I think it's crucial that every title on the Quest store adds it. Let's go check out what some of these store page environments look like and talk about why it's so important. Let's start off with my most anticipated game of the year, and that is Batman Arkham Shadow. This is the 360-degree environment that you can check out if you go into the store page on the Quest store. And the magic of this is that you can actually feel like you're getting a glimpse of what this game feels and looks like in VR. The fact, though, that you can go into a store page and see some of the pieces of a game is pretty next level, if you ask me. Just the fact that I could stand here in Gotham City and see the bat symbol is pretty amazing. Does make me want a home environment for Batman, though. Maybe we'll get one, who knows. But this, I think, is a great way to sell VR games, because why have a flat store when you can have a VR store where every single game you click on turns it into a VR environment so you can actually get the feel for the game. Makes total sense to me. So this is Batman. Let's check out and see what else we've got. I know that Ghosts of Tabor has one. By the way, one thing to note, you have to be in a home environment. You can't be in pass-through. It will not work if you're in pass-through. So you have to have a home environment activated and have your Guardian set up and all that stuff. Then when you click on the store page, it'll bring you to it. Otherwise, it'll just not do anything. But see, if I click on the store page, it'll get rid of these two side windows and transform the whole environment around me. Let me just mute this so that you can't hear it. And now I'm in this train station, which is really cool. And one thing that's really cool, if you notice, you look over there, into the radius, right there, wands. What else we got? I guess that's all of the little ads for other VR games that I can see at the moment. But I thought that was a cool little nod to other VR games. And this environment is really cool. And I love the fact that it does this because it just makes watching the trailer and grabbing games that much more immersive. And it's VR, so it should be. Beyond Ghosts of Tabor, you've also got games like Red Matter 2, which looks absolutely stunning in this 360 view of this planet that you end up on in Red Matter 2. This is actually over there is where the menu environment is, where you're actually choosing, to start a new game and stuff. And if you haven't played this game, by the way, such a freaking great game. So fantastic. One of the best Quest 3 games out there. By far the best visuals of a Quest game. So grab it if you have not. It's going to be amazing on Quest 3 and 3S. Or it is amazing on Quest 3. It's going to be amazing on Quest 3S. I'll put a link to it in the description because it's a must-play game. The visuals are insane. What else we got here? Into the Radius is another great-looking game on Quest that got some Quest 3 upgrades and another environment that looks really cool. I wonder if there's, hidden things in these environments. I wonder if you could see some of the enemies. I don't see any of the enemies down there, but I bet you if you headed into that village down there, you definitely would. There's the decaying sun right there. Such a great game. Again, highly recommend, especially on Quest 3 and 3S once it comes out, because the shadows are great. The gameplay is just incredible. Such a great game. Again, I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. Just for fun. This is kind of turning into a game recommendations video, and it wasn't supposed to. This is just supposed to show some cool home environments and illustrate to developers and to you why it's so important that this actually be added to every single Quest game. And I really think that that's highly important because, let's check out another one. I'll show you another one. Even an older game like Superhot can get kind of like a little update like this to make new people want to actually buy it. Superhot's a fantastic game, too. It's amazing for first-time VR players, and it looks great on Quest as well, and Quest 3S and all that stuff. But adding these little home environments, even to older games, will blow new users' minds, for one thing, and it just gives you a glimpse into the world. VR is all about worlds to me. To me, that's what it is. VR is about traveling to new places and experiencing new things. So why not have every single store page have that? So if your game is on the Quest and it doesn't, why doesn't it? And if it does, thank you. And if you're a player, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Let's check out some more. Moss Book 2, another great game that has a one of these apparently. Where's Quill? I don't see Quill anywhere. The environments are incredible to look at in VR. And it's cool to be able to have a store page that just kind of pops up. Even if you don't just look around, which is cool. The fact that you can see it around you as you're watching the trailer, I don't know, just adds something special to it. Shouldn't be a surprise that Marvel's Iron Man VR has one as well, because it's the same developer as Batman. But this has to be one of my favorites after Batman, because there's Iron Man right there. Just being in Tony's workshop in his Malibu house is cool in VR, but it gives, like I keep saying this, but it gives people a sneak peek into the game. The visuals and the visual style. That's really important in VR. You might see a game and wonder, does it actually look good in VR, or will I like the visual style? And this, to me, is huge, because this takes the art style and the visual, style of the world and shows it to you. Even if it's not interactive, it still gives you a little glimpse into it. This is actually one of the first games to do this. This is Asgard's Wrath 2, one of my games of the year, actually my game of the year last year, and one of the best games on Quest, period, for its scale and size. My nephew actually just started playing this because it's on Quest Plus. He went and got the free trial, the month trial of Quest Plus, and loves it, keeps playing it. He said it's a great game. So if you haven't played it, highly recommend it. It's on Quest Plus right now, which is crazy. And if you buy the Quest 3S or the Quest 3 right now, you get 3 months of Quest Plus on top of Batman. So that's huge. You essentially get Asgard's Wrath 2 and Batman with your Quest 3 or 3S. That's crazy. And there are links in the descriptions if you want to pre-order it. I know I say that in every video, but it's because I want to remind people that you get something for clicking on the link. You get, not just that, you get $30 of Quest Cash. So you can buy another game or games with buying the pre-order through my link or for a Quest 3 or whatever. Just to get you the most value. If you're going to do it anyways, you might as well get the most money out of it, right? And it does help the channel. It doesn't cost you any more, but it helps me bring you more content. Let's check out another one. The Walking Dead 2 Retribution. Another fun game. I liked the first one better, to be completely frank. I thought it was more polished. I just liked the story better. I never actually finished Retribution, so that could be why. This actually isn't my favorite environment for a 360 view. It's very washed out. You could use some contrast. I know it's supposed to look hazy and stuff, but in my opinion, it could use some more deeper blacks. Onward, another game by Oculus Studios, developer that is owned by MetaQuest, and this is another one that has it. Just kind of a basic one. You can move this out of the way if you want to see more, by the way. And just kind of a basic environment. Nothing spectacular, but still adds that little bit of something when you're looking at the trailer in the store, which is cool. Bladed Sorcery Nomad is another one, and this is actually pretty cool, although it's kind of vertigo-inducing because of the way that the cliffs look when you look down. But you can see, like, the house up there. This is the zip line type of thing you can go down, or the rope or whatever. You got the little boat down there, and that area down there where you pick your mission. This is another very popular Quest game, and it's got some Quest 3 enhancements, and should be getting a huge update at some point. I'm not 100% sure when that is, but a big update at some point for Quest 3 and the final launch of the actual, like, the full game with Crystal Hunt and all that stuff. Of course, one of the most played games of all time, Beat Saber, would have to have one, and it does. Kind of show you standing on the platform and where the notes come from. And again, this probably should be positioned like right here in between all of those boxes, and it just adds a little immersive factor, which I think everything should have in VR. Highly important to have immersive stuff in VR. And if you didn't know, actually, there was just announced a brand new Britney Spears pack. If you're a Britney Spears lover, is coming to Beat Saber. Another incredibly popular game. It seems like the most popular games are the ones getting this currently, and then the smaller indie studios will kind of catch up, or the smaller games can then add them because they see all the bigger ones do. This is Bone Lab, one of the maps near the beginning of the game. You come down through that tube and then you exit through that way. It's actually part of the beginning of the tutorial, really. But yeah, Bone Lab, another one, just adds a little something to it. I'm just kind of running through these now because I've already kind of said what I wanted to say. Developers, please, for the love of VR, add these to your games. And users, start using the Quest to browse games instead of your app. I usually use the app, but with the immersive nature of these, I'd rather use the in-headset app store. Epic Roller Coasters is another one. I don't know. I haven't played this game in a long time, so maybe it's great now. I know they've added some really cool tracks. Should really try downloading some of the DLC and seeing how it plays these days. It's been a very long time since I played Epic Roller Coaster. I did like it back in the day. But, it's been a very, very long time since I've played through this. They got zombie ones and stuff now? Oh, wow, okay. Huh. Well, maybe I'll have to check it out. I don't know. I think that they actually have, let's see right here. Here we go. Add-ons. Lots of add-ons. Geez, some crow, 30 add-ons. Yes, I knew. They have a Amusement Park bundle. They have SpongeBob SquarePants. All right, I might have to check this out. It's been a long time since I've done anything in Epic Roller Coaster. If you've played it, let me know down in the comments if you thought it was worth checking out. Haunted House, North Pole, Oasis. Okay, there's some really cool stuff. Maybe I'll have to jump in and check it out again. Here we've got Creed. This is actually a really cool one. Standing in a boxing ring surrounded by a crowd is something that, oh, look at that. Rocky Balboa. That's awesome. A lot of people don't, get to experience unless you're playing in VR, of course. And it's a really cool thing that you can do in Creed. And then in the last one we're going to look at is actually Thrill of the Fight. That has one of these as well. But standing in a ring like this is unique. And it happens in VR, but if you've never played VR or if you've never played a boxing game, you don't know what it feels like. And the fact that you can do that in the store, I keep saying this, it adds something to the experience that takes virtual reality shopping or virtual reality buying of games, and it makes it immersive. As much as is possible, I think, should be immersive for those that want it. Obviously, you can buy stuff in the actual, here, while I'm talking, I'm going to search for a Thrill of the Fight right there. Obviously, if you want things to be just normal instead of immersive, here's another boxing ring right here, then that's totally fine. Use the app. But if you want it to be more immersive and you want to be one of those people that just spends as much time in VR as possible, I think this should be an option. And I think it'll be a huge help for those buying the Quest 3S, because if everyone adds this to their store pages, say you want to jump into a random game, and you click on it. This is Escaping Wonderland. It just came out. I haven't played it yet, but I want to. And then the diorama appears around you. And I'm sure that'll actually happen. I'm sure they're actually working on it, because this actually is the same publisher, I believe, that did Ghosts of Tabor, I believe. Beyond Frames. There you go. That's the publisher. If you're in your home environment and you click on a game, it should do that. I actually think it should do that if you enable it in your pass-through environment too. Because people that are in their pass-through, which I am 99% of the time, which may be why I missed some of these games that have started doing this, I would miss that completely. If I went into the Quest store, I wouldn't even know that it was there. So I think that it should do that when you're in the store. In fact, I think what would be cool is if you click on the store page when you're in your pass-through environment, it brings you to a store. Like, a digital surround that looks like a store with lots of little icons for games. Or heck, I'd take a retro one, standing in a Blockbuster-style store with all the games on a shelf in front of you. Heck, I would take that as an option to actually go through the store. Pick up the game box, look at the back, the trailer's playing on the back. Wouldn't that be amazing? And then you pick up a box, the world around you changes. I know, that's crazy. That's not happening. But anyways, this is a step in the right direction, having all of these immersive options. There you go. That, in my opinion, is a crucial update for the Quest Store. A massive thing for developers to implement to every single one of their titles. And from the response on X or Twitter by developers and users alike that I'm seeing, I think that a lot of you agree. But let me know down in the comments what you think, and comment down below with any games I didn't include in this list if you find one that does have it, so we can both support the developers and check it out, and anyone that's interested in a game can see the environment before buying it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, happy questing.